Welcome back. Good afternoon to everyone. Before starting the next program in the afternoon, I would like to thank again the Ministry of Culture, IGNCA, in collaboration with South Zone Cultural Center and Archaeological Society of India, Honorable Ministers Shri G. Kishan Reddy ji, Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi ji, and Shri Arjun Ram Meghwal ji, and Cultural Secretary Shri Govind Mohan IGNCA trustee, Dr. Padma Subramaniam, and Member Secretary Dr. Sachidanand Joshi ji. For the afternoon, we have a workshop on palm manuscripts making process by expert Dr. Perumal Palanichami. His introduction will be done by Dr. Achal Pandey. Sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. In fact, it is really a privilege for me to give introduction to Dr. P. Perumal, who is the authority on the conservation of palm leaf manuscripts. And I think there is no one in the world, I'm saying again in the world, who has got this much of experience in the conservation, restoration of palm leaf manuscripts. So, and so I am speaking in English because my Tamil is not really very good, and this program is also viewed all around the world. So I'll request Perumalji also to please deliver the lecture in English. And in case you want to, if somebody is asking a question and not understanding, then you can switch over to Tamil. Dr. P. Perumalji is retired as a conservator from Saraswati Mahal Library, which is a repository of manuscripts, Tamil manuscripts and manuscripts in other languages, and these manuscripts are on different fields, on music, dance, philosophy, and others, about which Dr. Perumalji will speak to you. And Dr. Perumalji was trained at National Research Laboratory of Conservation. He is among the first conservators which India produced. And the conservators who are nowadays working all over India would have encountered Perumalji at some point of time. So he is the teacher, guru of the current conservators, among which I am also one of the conservators. So that's the experience that he has. Dr. Perumalji, in addition to this, also received prestigious Nehru Fellowship and studied in United Kingdom. So he is the one who in fact started to do conservation by adopting both Western as well as indigenous methods. So that is his speciality, and the work that he has done in Saraswati Mahal Library, the future generation will remain indebted to him because of the efforts that he has put into their preservation. He has got students all around the world, not in India. I know many one who come from France, UK and all. Even today, they would be listening to this lecture from their country, because Dr. P. Perumalji is speaking. And nowadays, because for me that was a surprise when I came to Tanjavur, I came after a very long time. I came after 15 or maybe 18 years to Tanjavur. I had visited Saraswati Mahal Library. At that time, sir was working in the library. But now he has also established a manuscript section in Tamil University, and any one of you who is listening to me and is really interested in knowing what manuscripts, all the steps of manuscripts conservation are, I request you, besides this lecture, please contact Dr. P. Perumalji and see it if you really want to learn manuscripts conservation. So with these words, I will invite Dr. P. Perumalji for delivering his lecture. Thank you, sir.
I am very thankful for the opportunity, and especially thank Achal Pandey for asking me to present, because this is the workshop is entirely different from my speech, but basic is my topic. No, basic is my topic, because you know there's every dance and every music and every all the literature. We are having a lot of time back. That's Tirukural, 2000 years old. We have the Tamil literature, earliest Tamil literature, Tolkapiyam, 2600 years old. How we are getting it in our hand? Not inscription, not copper plate. Inscription, most of them, we have the earliest inscription, the Tamil University only just invented near Kodaikanal. That was 3rd century BC only. But after that we have most of the inscriptions are after 2nd century AD only. But how we are keeping all that copper plates, all the except 3 inscription. That is, one is in Kudumiyan Malai inscription, one is in Tiruchirappalli and Thiruvidai Vayil. Only these 3 inscription give literature. All the other inscription giving just the fame of the king, donation, all these things only. Like that, copper plates also there. There is no copper plate giving information about literature. But what we are getting, all the literature is through manuscripts, through the manuscript. So manuscript in different part of in the world, the different materials they have used in everywhere there were different materials were used. But in South India we had this palm tree. The leaves of the palm tree is the only, in Tamil we can say, ஒன்றும் பயன்படாத ஓலைகள் தான் நம்மளுடைய தமிழை காப்பாற்றியது. பயன்படாத ஓலை தான் தமிழை காப்பாற்றியது என்றால் அது மிகையாகாது. ஏனென்றால் நமக்கு திருக்குறள் 2000 years old, Tolkapiyam 2600. From that onwards we have all the literatures were engraved in palm leaf only. But generally we cannot preserve the palm leaf more than 500 years. The 500 years, because the palm leaf has certainly it will damage because of the climatic condition. So our forefathers, they have copied. Every time they want to copy. So that way, copying. That is the thing we are getting it. If anywhere you cannot find a manuscript of original Tirukural, because the Tirukural was 2000 years old. Everywhere you can get only copy only. And also, copying also just when I have a manuscript, somebody asks, my manuscript, they copied it. Or every year, 2 times they have touched the manuscript. Every year, 2 times they touch the manuscript. That is before rainy season and after rainy season. That is the reason our forefathers, they put a day to clean the manuscript. That is Saraswati Puja. Saraswati Puja is not for making puja, only to clean the manuscript. If you clean your books and manuscript before Saraswati Puja, half of the problem will be solved. If you are not cleaned, there must be some deposit of the dust. The dust will absorb the moisture. The moisture will have a growth of fungus. The fungus invite insects. So that is a problem. If you clean it, nothing will be happen. So after rainy season, aeration, just to rewind it, just excess moisture will be evaporated. This is the 2 times our forefathers they have done it. That's why our manuscripts are in there. So up to 16th century we have all the copy manuscript only. After 16th century only we have the original manuscripts. So the palm leaf manuscript tradition hailed from Tamil Nadu, that is particularly in South India. That is why from here only it go to Sri Lanka, Thailand and other places also. But this area only. North India was, at that time there was North India was used to a bark of manuscripts called Burjapatra. And so the palm leaf. So the letters also, South Indian letters are circular letter. So engraving technique was important. So that is the thing. So we have the earliest manuscript in the world is 2nd century BC, 2nd century AD. That is also Sanskrit manuscript. Now it is in German. 4th century manuscript is in Japan. 7th century manuscript in Nepal. But in India, the manuscripts are 11th century only we are having it. So 11th century only, some manuscripts only, but every time, just like a printed book, every manuscript must have the title sheet in the first and also end also. It is called colophon. So the title sheet give the title of the author, just Ganesha Nama, then the title of the author and the title, and when they have started. So from that day only, from that information only we can find what is the date of the manuscript. But we cannot do any carbon dating for palm leaf manuscript. So palm leaf manuscript we are not doing any carbon dating. But through the manuscript, condition of the writing and all this information only. And like just end of the manuscript. If your manuscript lost both things, first or last, we cannot find a correct date. But we can find a temporary date, that is which century it was written, because there is a development of things, development of writing and style of the letters. So that we can do the things. So up to 1850, our forefathers, they didn't put any punctuation marks. Letters without punctuation mark. They'll write Amma, Amama. Just they write up like that only. Only after 1850 only they make punctuation. They won't write the separation of the leaves also. We have to group the leaves. And also our forefathers, they tell, or ஓலை படிக்கணும்னா காடு கரடு பார்த்து படிக்கணும்னா, காடுக்கும் அப்படி தான் இருக்கும், கரடுக்கும் அப்படி தான் இருக்கும். அது காடா கரடாங்கிறத அதை படித்து இருக்கக்கூடிய இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் வச்சு தான் நம்ம பார்க்க முடியும். அந்த மாதிரி தான் நமக்கு காடு கால் ரெண்டுமே கால் தான் இருக்கும். கரடா காலான்னு தான் சொல்ல முடியாது. அது மாதிரி புள்ளியும் இருக்காது. இது மாதிரி தான் நமக்கு இருந்தது. இது மாதிரி இருக்கும் பொழுது அந்த காலத்தில் ஓலைச்சுவடி எழுதுறதுக்கு எப்படி எழுதுனாங்க? இப்போ இந்த பாருங்கள் எவ்வளவு மேனஸ்கிரிப்ட் தலைகளாக இருக்குது. சாரி மேனஸ்கிரிப்ட் எழுதுறதுக்கு சாதாரணமாக ஒரு ஓலை மரத்துலேருந்து வெட்டி நிழலில் காய வச்சுருவாங்க. நிழலில் காய வச்ச பின்னாடி அது கொஞ்சம் இது பின்னாடி தனித்தனியாக பிரிப்பாங்க. பிரித்த பின்னாடி எவ்வளவு அகலமாக இருக்கோ அந்த அகலத்துக்கு அப்படி வெட்டிடுவாங்க. வெட்டின பின்னாடி இந்த ஓலையை 3 பிரிவாக பிரிப்பாங்க. 7 பங்காக பிரிப்பாங்க. இப்போ 2 சென்டிமீட்டர்னா இங்கேருந்து இது 4 சென்டிமீட்டர், இங்கேருந்து இது 4 சென்டிமீட்டர், இது இடையில 3 6 சென்டிமீட்டர். அப்போ 4 4 6 இது மாதிரி தான் நமக்கு அது ஒரே மாதிரி யூனிஃபார்மாக பயன்படுத்தியிருக்காங்க. இல்லை 2 ஹோல் எழுதுறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே வெட்டிடுவாங்க. அப்போ ஒரு ஹோலில் கயிறு போட்டு கட்டுறதுக்கும் இன்னொரு ஹோலில் ஒரு 100 ஓலைக்கு மேலே இருந்தால் அதில் ஒரு குச்சி நரசம்னு சொல்லி குச்சி சொருகிடுவாங்க. போட்டு நூல் போட்டு 2 பக்கமும் முன்னாடி வெற்றி இலை கட்டியிருந்தாங்க. அப்புறம் மூங்கில் தப்பை வச்சுருந்தாங்க அதுக்கு பின்னாடி. இப்போ எழுதணும் அப்படிங்கிறத சாதாரணமாக எல்லாரும் எழுதுகிற மாதிரி எழுத முடியாது. இது கீறி விடணும். இதில் கீறணும். நான் ஒரு மாடல் எழுத்தாணி தான் என்கிட்ட இருக்குது, எழுதுறேன். இந்த நகத்தில் வி மாதிரி கட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. இந்த நகத்தில் வி மாதிரி கட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. 2 கையும் சேர்ந்து தான் எழுதணும். அப்போ நம்ம எழுதுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு அடியில் ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு தக் வச்சுட்டு இந்த கையில் இந்த கையை இந்த நகை அதில் நிற்கும். இதை அப்படியே இருக்கும்போது அப்படியே கீறிடும். பாருங்கள், இதில் அப்படியே எழுதும்போது கம்ப்ளீட்டாக இதில் கீறி தவிரோம். நம்ம எழுதும்போது இதில் எழுதுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இது மிருதுவாக இருக்கணுங்கிறதுக்காக கொஞ்சம் நீராவியில் வேக வச்சுட்டு அது மேலே கொஞ்சம் ஆயில் தடவிட்டுருப்பாங்க. ஆயில் தடவிட்டு நம்ம கீறி விட்டணும். அப்படி கீறின பின்னாடி எழுதும் போது நமக்கு ஒன்றும் எழுத்து தெரியாது. அதற்கு பின்னாடி கோவை இலை சாரும் விளக்கு கறி அல்லது ஊமத்தை இலை சாரும் விளக்கு கறியை வந்து அதில் மேலே தடவுவாங்க. அது தடவும் போது தான் நமக்கு லெட்டர்ஸ் நமக்கு தெரியும். இதுதான் நமக்கு எழுதக்கூடிய முறைகள். அந்த முறையில் தான் நமக்கு தொடர்ந்து அந்த காலத்திலிருந்து எழுதியிருக்காங்க. இந்த எழுத்து வந்து எந்த எழுத்து வட்ட வடிவமாக இருக்கோ அந்த எழுத்து தான் நம்ம எழுத முடியும். நேர்கொண்ட கோட்டை வந்து நம்ம எழுத முடியாது. ஏன்னா அதில் ஒரு இடத்துல எழுத்தாணி வச்சாச்சுன்னா அப்படியே கண்டினியூவாக ரைட் பண்ணுவாங்க. நேர்கொண்டனா எடுத்து எடுத்து எழுதணும். அதனால் அது பண்ண முடியாது. இதுதான் நம்மளுடைய ப்ரொசீஜர். அந்த காலத்தில் இந்த மாதிரி தான் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இதில் வகையில் தான் டோட்டலாக நமக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய, அதாவது இன்றைக்கி இருக்கக்கூடிய மாடர்ன் சயின்ஸில் இருக்கக்கூடிய சுவடிகளை தவிர நம்மளுடைய மக்களுக்கு அந்த காலத்தினுடைய மருத்துவம், டான்ஸு, மியூசிக்கு, அது மாதிரி அத்தனையுமே ஓலையில் தான் நமக்கு எழுதியிருக்காங்க. இந்த ஓலையிலிருந்து தான் தொடர்ந்து நமக்கு கிடைச்சிட்ருக்கு. லேட்டஸ்ட் ஓலைன்னு நான் பார்த்தது வந்து 1905 1960 ஜாதக ஓலை கிடைச்சிது. ஆனால் இலக்கிய ஓலைன்னு நான் பார்த்ததில் வந்து 1905 சரஸ்வதி மகாலில் இருக்கக்கூடிய 11ஆம் நூற்றாண்டு ஓலைச்சுவடி அங்கே இருக்குது. கம்பராமாயணம் ஒரு சரஸ்வதி மகாலில் இருக்குது. வால்மீகி ராமாயணம் ஒரு பக்கத்தில் 32 லைன் எழுதியிருக்காங்க. அந்த அளவுக்கு மெல்லிய ஒரு எழுத்துக்களை எழுதியிருக்காங்க. இது போன்று நமக்கு ஓலைகள் வந்து அந்த காலத்தில் இருக்கு. கோயில்களில் தான் அந்த காலத்தில் வச்சுருக்காங்க. அதுக்கு பேர் திருக்கைக்கோட்டின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க அந்த காலத்தில். அதுக்கு படிக்கிறதுக்கு அன்றைக்கி வந்து அந்த கோயிலில் பணி செய்யக்கூடிய அந்த பூசாரி தான் அவருடைய ரீடர். அதனால் அதுக்கு தனியாக மண்டபம் இருக்கும். அதில் பட்டண மண்டபம், அதில் வந்து ஓலை எடுத்து படிப்பாங்க. இது மாதத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை அவங்க படிச்சுட்டு இருப்பாங்க, மற்றவங்களாம் போய் கேட்பாங்க. இது மாதிரி தான். அதற்கு அடுத்து கோவிலில் அந்த கர்ப்பகிரகத்துக்கு மேலே வந்து உங்களுக்கு வச்சு பாதுகாத்தாங்க. அது ஒரு டைப்பாக இருந்தது. அதற்கு பின்னாடி நான் திருப்பந்துருத்தி கோயிலில் நான் பார்த்தேன் ஓலைச்சுவடிகளை அந்த நம்ம கோபுரத்தினுடைய 2வது நிலையில் வச்சுட்டு ஜஸ்ட் தே ஹவ் புட் இன் த செகண்ட் இந்த டவர் they put they cover with sand, fine sand and calcium oxide, so no moisture will go, no insect will go. That is another technique. Then the mud jar they have used. These are the way they have used in different places for preservation of the manuscripts. So I want to show some of the things what the Tamil University is doing. One of my friend, there is Mr. Kove Mani, there is a professor of Tamil University. He has tried to write on the palm leaf, and just today, I asked to write, and he write Tanjavur Urchavam. Tanjavur Urchavam. He written that way. That is in English, written in the Tamil also, Tamil Nadu. But in Sanskrit, in English also he written Tanjavur Urchavam. So this is actually we are not getting the Kovailas or that thing, but here we are using the ITEX. Because the ITEX it is also lamp suit. We mix with oil and they have done it. So the Tanjavur Utsavam. So this is a thing today he written during my documentation. So now after that, if we have more leaves, then we have a center. So this is the process of the same process. In Odisha, even now they are writing. In Odisha, they are writing even now. Near Puri, there is a place called Raghurajpur. They are doing. How we can find easily Odisha manuscript and South Indian manuscript? Odisha, they have only one hole in the center. But in South Indian, there is 2 holes are there. But you can find there is no punctuation mark. So the letter is the last letter they put it also. No, without punctuation mark. Even the thread, our ancestors, they have selected 3 point. There is a moondru piri. There is three type of fold. That means a three fold. But if it is, this is not 3. If this type of thread means when we are taking out and inside, it will damage the hole. So that is also, they are very much there. And if you want, they can tying also, special tying, not very tight, very slightly they will tie it. It is a diamond knot. You can find that is very technical. There is a traditional knot. Just when we are tying, after tying you can find that it's just like diamond knot is there. So this is the way they have all the manuscript written, and they have tied, and they put it in the, this is the teak wood is put on the other side for preservation. So then these were stored in the cupboards. So ancient days, different places. Cupboard also we should not use in the metals. So because metal, this oil, here we are preservation, we are applying some citronal oil or lemongrass oil. This oil will create, dissolve the paint of that storage material. That's why they are using wooden, teak wood thing. You can find the storage of Tamil University. Nearing 10,000 manuscripts are there. All the 10,000 manuscripts, properly they are giving it. They are giving that all these things in the, what are the catalogued automatically. Everything they have catalogued in what are the things are there, and catalogs also. And they have some 1,500 other languages also. It is still preservation. This is the Tamil manuscript they have completely, they have preserved. They are perfectly, they are stored. Because of his involvement, they have done it also. In Saraswati Mahal Library, I have done it original teak wood of 200 years old. Because in 1826, when Bishop Heber visited, he mentioned his diary. I have seen two library, one is manuscript library, book library. The manuscript, the cupboards were 12 feet height. That was stored in a big cupboards were mentioned in the last days of Bishop Heber. The books was published in 1830. You can find the details also. So this is the way Tamil University, they are preserving it. So this is whatever preservation, every year 2 times we have to tag the manuscript, you have to rewind it also, that is the thing. This is one of the thing. And even once in 5 years we have to apply the oil also. Once in 5 years, because of the insect. So if we put in this cupboard, automatically it will be, the oil will damage it. So there have a barrier between that also. So nowadays I have advised to red cloth. So all the manuscripts must be wrapped with the red cloth. You can see that every temple there is a white and red. Every sadhus they wear red color. Why? Red color will keep away the insects. Red is a repellent to insect. That's why all the books binding is red color. The Bible, all the sides are red color. So this is the reason. Red is a repellent to insect. So now after that, every 5 years, every 3 years to 5 years, we are applying the oil, citronal oil or lemongrass oil. This oil will give flexibility to the leaves, clarity to the letters, and it will act as keep away the insects. This is the 3 things we are applying the oil. It's not excess, only just we smear it and we will remove the excess oil also. So once in 5 years they will do it. If you want, nowadays they are taking a digitalization work. So for the clarity of the things, they are applying the oils also. So this, if the oil is there, if when taking photograph, it will be reflected. So that for the purpose, it must be dried properly. It must be dried properly. And so they have spread completely with blotting sheets, and all the oil will be evaporated. It will be absorbed by the material what we are spreading it also. They are using lemongrass also, but in some places only citronal oil. So because National Research Laboratory of Conservation of Cultural Property, they have tried 18 oils for that purpose, but only these 2 oils only effectively, because automatically it will evaporate, but it won't attract any insects. So after approaching, just applying the oil, this must be dried in the pan, and some blotting paper must be there to absorb the oil also. So now when we are handling or due to the dryness, there is some brittleness also there. So the leaf must be brittled. So they are doing conservation also, joining the manuscripts and just joining, repairing. Any holes are there, we have to repair their holes also, and that type of work also they are doing it. Joining the same manuscripts. If you want to display in the museum or some place, if some loss is there, we can new palm leaf, we make the same color and we keep it. But we cannot write it. This only they can do the thing. There is here they are doing it cataloging. Now they are doing the cataloging work, verification of the cataloging work. So according to the title, whether the manuscripts are number of manuscripts are correct, the titles are correct, and the paginations are correct, everything they are verification. So then only, because they are having a EAP project of British Library, that thing just to completely verified and then cleaned and given for the digitalization purpose also. You can find there is a continued writing of the continued writing. Different persons, they write different style. We can find the writing can be, we can find there is a different size also. And this is a Odisha type, the single hole. She is also verifying the pagination, and even the every stanza, end of the stanza they put a number. So if the leaf page is not damaged, according to the stanza number we can arrange it also. It's a routine process of verifying whether pagination is correct or stanza is continuing. All these things are there. And that the white patches are the brittled things where they have patched with some, repaired with some Japanese tissue paper. But some places are they are not using the Japanese tissue paper. They have jointly. And even I want to use this Japanese tissue paper. I will use some new palm leaf powder. So just they apply the paste and put it nearby, and some new palm leaf powder I will apply over it. So the palm leaf powder will, the fiber will take it. Here they are using that thing. So tissue paper mending, these are the mending process. There is mostly Japanese tissue paper, very fine, very thin paper they will put on either side. In foreign countries they have very limited manuscripts, but they are taking very much care also. Because I have seen quite a number of manuscripts in Victoria Albert Museum and even Wellcome Research Institute, Cambridge University also. They are taking, just once I have touched the manuscript in my bare hand, they scolded me. And also I took it just in this way, they scolded me. Without gloves you should not touch the manuscript, because your hands are not pure. It has a lot of sweating, so it will make some stain on the manuscript. And also you have to carry the manuscript, means you have to put some sponge and put a manuscript leaf, and you have to carry it both hand. You should not carry in one hand, just like in India we are doing it. So this is another, mostly palm leaves is not only for literature, it is a palm leaf is a writing material. It was used for a different purpose. For this is a record, land revenue record. Quite number of our 150 years, 100 and 200 years, all the collector office, they have maintained palm leaf record only. So this is Sengalpattu collectorate Avanam and Pudukkottai collectorate manuscripts. They have brought and they are keeping it, but still they are not, they only 1 or 2 books they have brought out from the here. Sengalpattu Avanangal. There's a project they have translated, and it gives a lot of information about the district. what are the important things they have done and also. It's, you see, it's just like it is a register. It's a column, different columns. The number one, what is the name, what is the area of the, what type of area, how the area is, how much tax they are given, what is the cultivation they are doing. This is one bundle must be 1,200 leaves is there. It's only one hole, and it's for literature manuscript we have seasoned and we have write, but this is unseasoned. Even just taken from the branch, and we lengthy manuscripts. There is no for literature. We have to cut uniform size. Here we are not cutting any uniform size. We use as it is. 1,200 leaves in the bundle, minimum. But the thing is, still it is not applied any black. So whenever it shows that because it was written, writing is there, but they are not blackened. We want to read, we have to blacken. The blackening is what I have told previously. Now here they applied some high text with oil. So only portion only, you can find the thing. So 18 call, ya, 10, 8, e, that is a call, 18 call. So most of the numberings and some short form of the scripts are find here. It needs special training for the reading of the this type of account manuscripts. So the same letter, Varusam means the Va potu, Drew potu, Adu Mari, Neria, Nansai, Punsai, and all these things, various letters were there. Our ancient people, they nowadays everybody, if there is insect, what we are doing is we are using naphthalene balls and other things. But anciently, they are not using anything. Anything. Just stop. Rewind the previous the powder. No, back. Little go back. So our ancestors, they won't use any chemicals for preservation. It is an insect repellent. They have integrated insect preservation, insect control, integrated insect control. It means when this insect will come, when the termite will come, when the fungus will grow, when the fungus will go, all these things, they know it. So that's why they were taken much pain at that time only. So generally, every problem will be after rainy season. After rainy season only, insect, termite, everything will come. Because always the termite is on the bottom of the soil. So only at the time of after rainy season, the termite will come out. So that's why our ancestors, they built every house 3 feet higher than the ground level. So because the capillary action is not more than that. So no insect, termite will go more than that 3 feet. But there is another wood termite is there. A soil termite will come only at the time. So they have the planning also. So here this powder, they up to 1882, Saraswati Mahal librarian Kuppa Bhattalu, he had a process. So I have followed and I am spreading this knowledge to you. So this is nothing but a sweet flag. Sweet flag never only Vasambu, black cumin, Karunchiragam, bark of cinnamon, Lavangam Pattai, Milahu, Krambu. These are the 5 materials. The first 3, 1 part, and pepper and cloves is a 1/4 part. All these things were dried in the shadow, mac powder, and a small camphor, waxless camphor, katti sudam. Or tunila, just in a cloth, they put 1 spoon or 2 spoon and a small camphor, they will tie it and keep it in the cupboard. In a cupboard, maybe 2 or 3 is enough. So 6 months, no insect will go there. But after 6 months, you remove it. You should not keep it there. Because otherwise, the insect will get immunity. If the insect will get immunity, again that material cannot work. So that is another 3 months you have to keep free. That's why just even sometimes I will use, before rainy season you use sweet flag, vasambu. After then you can even at least that camphor, this will be the fungus killing. So this is the thing. Now, so totally all over world nowadays, all over India and some other countries also, they are following this thing. So harmless. So this is the, you can see illustrated manuscript. Mostly you can find in Odisha only. Small size manuscripts are there and different language. All the script, so you can see the script, how many lines are there. The script, just very fine scripts are there. Some manuscript with the seal also, with the king's seals also there. It's a Kamba Ramayana, it's a very biggest Ramayana manuscript. So these are manuscripts in different form. Even the leaf, I can say, only one palm leaf is available nowadays. But in the earliest palm is called Srithala palm, mostly from Kerala. And they have a very fine and it's a more flexibility. But other things also are another thing. So this is the mostly now to spread the knowledge. Digitalization is one of the process. So this EAFP project, they are digitalizing. This will be put in the web. Anybody can download, anybody can read it also. So now that is the one other thing. So the EAP project, they have given some fund, and there is 2 machines are going on. So 2,000, I think 2,50,000 images must be supplied to them. So it will some due course it will come to website. So anybody can come. So after this taking photograph and this digitization, then they have verified the letters, quality and the space, background, everything they will verify. So now at the time of itself they are verifying. This is a computer, they will verify in the computer, but the whole things are proper. Where somewhere some blackness is there, some brownness is there, darkness is there, then they have to clean it. So if it is clean, then only they will store it. So this is the method of digitalization. Now the proper international standard, they are following it. That is 300 RPL. Not only that, he is a person, Professor Money. Within 2 hours, he can teach to read the manuscript. Because he is giving what is the difference of the script. What is the script difference? If you know the difference of the script, automatically you can read. So several workshops I joined with him. So the students, within 2 hours, he will teach to how to read Tamil manuscript, and the next class he will give a leaf to copy. So such a fastly.
அமரர் சிறை மீட்டோனே கார்க்கும் பெருமானே கண்டி கதிர்காம வேலோனே. மிண்டி சமரற் களத்தில் மென்மேலும் கை கலந்து மண்டி பொருள் சூரன் வானால் தலை வாங்கி தெண்டி தலைராமன்
So this is
சிறைமீட்ட
the way
வானவர்
all
போல்
our literature are
கண்டி
preserving.
வழிநாடன்
Our palm leaf, our literatures are
கதிர்காம
preserving. This is
வேலோனே.
one of the form. I can say now we can have a different format, but our ancients they have used only palm leaf is our mode of writing and the preservation of our literature. So whatever manuscripts, whatever the literature, even all the literature except modern science, we have animal husbandry, we have medicine, Siddha medicine, Ayurveda medicine, all other medicines, all the we have all the music, dance and everything. And even some manuscripts you can find the dance poses also in the leaf itself. So that things, so the palm leaf is one of the material preserve our language, literature. There is a camphorless, because if the camphor with waxless, so it will evaporate very fastly. Even now, every house they put a camphor in the box. They put some 4 or 5 pepper inside it. They don't know why. The pepper will control the rate of evaporation. Otherwise, it will evaporate very fastly. So the red color and all these things, our forefathers they have done it very neatly. Any other? If you want any information, even about Saraswati Maha Library, Saraswati Maha Library is one of the ancient library in India. That is, I can say there is a ancient existing library. We have a 2nd century, we have some library also in Gundur, Nagarjuna, and there is an 7th century also, 4th century, Nalanda is there, and even 7th century in Kanjipuram, Kanji Kadi was there. But all these are due to various reasons was destroyed. But this is a Saraswati Maha Library is the only existing library, because this palace was built by Raghunatha Nayaka around 1600 to 1630. And his son Vijay Raghav Nayaka written a book about his father's activities, Raghunatha Nayaka Abhudayam. And the Raghunatha Nayaka Abhudayam, it gives the every details of the palace, name of the place, and Vijaya Vilasam, later it was called as Saraswati. Manuscript division has 80,000, but we have a 49. But 49 paper, palm leaf only in different 4 languages also. Where is script? Sanskrit is not in a single script. Sanskrit, Tamil Nadu, the script used for writing Sanskrit language is called a Grantha script. It's a Tamilized script for Sanskrit language. It is during the Pallava period, around some 4th century onwards, that script was used. So Tamil Nadu mostly Grantha script is very famous. After that, the Telugu script. After that, paper manuscript Marathi script. And especially in Karnataka, there is a part of Karnataka and Maharashtra, a special script called Nandinagari, a little curved Nagari script. And on the border of Kerala and Karnataka, a script is called Tikalari. So there is a different script. All type of manuscripts are available in the library. That is it is a treasure house. So everybody knows the thing. So one time just I think in 89, one of the, I don't want to mention the name of that professor. He was a director of Chicago University. I met him in the conference. He told us, I was at that time just an ordinary man. Are you from Saraswati Mahal Library? I want to make a pilgrimage to the institution. So such our fame of the libraries in outside is very big. Because only when I am going to Japan and other countries only I understand that what is the invitation for me from that institution. So that we are very proud to have a Saraswati Mahal Library in Tanjavur, because it's a treasure house for all the literature. Music, quite number of manuscripts are there. We cannot say even that we cannot say all the manuscripts are published. So even some 20 years back there was a survey and 5,000 manuscripts are not unpublished. But now that library has published, some manuscripts, research scholars were taken for publication also. Even now some manuscripts, unpublished manuscripts are there, but it should be brought out. But now there is a government has taken steps to digitalize all the manuscripts. Tamil manuscript digitalization completed, and Marathi completed, Telugu completed, and Sanskrit some 70% is completed, some 30%. So previously it was very difficult. If a person palm leaf manuscript, a copy, if somebody want, we need a scriber. Then scriber they will write, and we have to compare that thing. Then we will give. Now there is no. We can give a copy immediately by microfilm also in the digital format also. So this is the tradition of palm leaf tradition in India to preserve our literature. I am very thankful to give the authorities and Achal for giving this opportunity to share my experience. Thank you. Please, question. Gopalji has a question. Ah. Okay.
Related to manuscriptology.
So Tamil University is giving a diploma in manuscriptology. This is online, regular also, online also. Online is a distant education is there, and they will give 1 week or 10 days. They must there. They have to read and write. They have a project. One manuscript they give. They have to copy and they have to give. That is the one thing. Okay.
And another question. It's not a question again. You have mentioned how to conserve or how to control the pests. What is it? Termites. Yes, termites. In our residential area, there was plenty of termites goes around. So should we follow the same method to control the termites, which will affect the wood and other?
This oil is will control. But and see, our ancestors they were very clever. If you have a building, near the building they put some Asoka tree. That's eucalyptus tree. These two trees will absorb moisture. Every house, on the back of the house, they put the plantain, banana tree. The banana trees also absorb the moisture. So this is the traditional way. When we observe the moisture, nothing will be happen. So near from the building, at least 6 feet away, they put the tree. So the tree will absorb moisture. So the traditionally, but the only thing is our forefathers, they are not disclosed the activities, what purpose. That is the only thing. That's why we are westernized. Just see how I got this knowledge. I am also just like you. I got my training at NRLC in Western way only. I went to Japan. Japan, one of my teacher, Katsugi Masuda, he asked me, this problem, what you do? I told that I use this chemical and will do. How you learn these things? He asked me. Sir, I got my training in NRLC. After that, whatever the literature publishing by Western side, I read and I am following. Immediately he told, you are not preserving, you are destroying your material. Then I told, how? See, their Western countries, they are not doing any R&D for your material, your climate. But your climate is 35 degrees, but they are doing the R&D for 20 degrees. But you are following in 35 degrees, you are destroying your material. You go and find your own technique. What we are following in Japan came along with the Buddhism from China and India. It's the safest method. But you people are westernized. Go and find your own technique. Only after that only I was concentrated for indigenous material. Now I am spreading the knowledge. Thank you. Thank you.
நம்ம எல்லாம் கையில் ஜஸ்ட்டு ஃபோனில் டைப் பண்ணும்போது இப்போது முன்னாடி காலத்தில் அவெல்லாம் எவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க அப்படிங்கிறது நமக்கு தெரிய வருது இல்லையா. சச் அ ஒண்டர்ஃபுல் ஒர்க் ஷாப். அண்ட் அகெயின் ஐ வில் ஆஸ்க் டாக்டர் ஆச்சல் பாண்டே டு ஃபெலிசிட்டேட் பெருமாள் சார்.
I'll just say one thing that besides this conservation lecture, Perumal sir's contribution to this Thanjavur Utsvam is, I think, more than anyone of us sitting here. So thank you. Thank you, sir.
We'll resume again at 4 for the Kavi Arangam.